Hello, everybody. Okay, so I posted a set of repro steps for the blue screen of death crashes that I've been seeing with iRacing on the forums, and I've had people private message me with questions about it. So I'm going to do two videos to sort of walk through the whole thing. The first one is a doozy. It's installing Windows from scratch. So if you already are running version 1903 and you've done the Windows update and you're at version 0.175, you're probably fine. You can skip to the next video and just install the applications and test iRacing. But if you want to do it from scratch, these are the steps that I took. You use the Windows Media Creation tool that's available from Microsoft, Windows 10. If you download it today, it comes as version 1903 out of the box. So you use that tool to build a USB drive that you put in the computer. Once it's in the computer, you use your BIOS. On mine, it's pressing delete or F2 to go to the BIOS menu. And when you go in there, this is what mine looks like. Yours may be different, but there will probably be some way to specify what you want to boot. And before you do this, make sure that you've backed up your system or put a temporary surplus hard drive in the computer, take out your regular drive, and just do this on a spare. That's kind of what I would recommend as far as not, upsetting any configuration that you might have. So let's pretend you're using just a total spare hard drive that you don't really care about. From the BIOS menu, you go into the boot menu and select the USB disk that you made with the Windows Media Creation tool. That's going to boot into Windows Setup, hopefully. So on the first screen, we just accept the defaults. English, United States. Install now. I'm going to say I don't have a product key. I did set my user login to use a Windows account before doing the installation, and I kind of recommend doing that so that it keeps track of your system authorization. Um, but again, if we're just doing this on a temp drive, it really doesn't matter. You don't even need the Windows key to activate for the first while anyway. So as long as this is just experimental, we're doing Windows 10 Home for 64-bit. Accept the license terms. Do a custom install. So my drive 1 is the main system drive that I've used up until now. I have another hard drive that's just for data and backups and stuff. So what I'm going to do is delete all the partitions on drive 1. Again, make sure you've backed up your system or you're using a spare hard drive rather than deleting a partition set that you care about. Once they're all gone, all I do is select the unallocated space and click next. And then Windows is going to create all the partitions that it wants and size them as it feels appropriate. We're just going with the defaults. And now it's going to copy everything, do this whole set of installation. If you use a reasonably fast USB 3 disk, it's usually not that painful as far as how long this takes. So it's already copied the files. Got the files ready for installation. Installing features, whatever that means. Updates. Once we're finished with the base installation, we're going to run the Windows update a few times until that it's satisfied and doesn't think that there's anything else to update. So we're sure that we're running the most recent version of everything for Windows. Okay, so let's go ahead and restart. Capture card might lose the HDCP at this point, so if that happens, I just have to toggle something on my switch. Looks like it made it. Okay, so the installation phase that uses the USB drive is now complete, and everything from here on is running on the hard drive that I have in the computer. Pretty quick SSD, so it wouldn't be that bad. Okay, so that's what I thought might happen. Pretty easy. My streaming setup is a little complex. I've got HDMI switches and video distribution stuff and all that, but for the most part, it works fine. Okay, so this will take a little bit as far as going through the user setup, but I'll show you the options that I've been doing. I don't know if anything in here has any pertinence as far as the iRacing crash or not, but I'll show you what I do. Really wish there was a way to just next through these initial screens and not wait for Cortana and stuff, but okay, so we're choosing United States. OS keyboard. I'm going to skip any additional layouts. Okay, so my Microsoft account. No, it's probably not the best to put my email address on the internet, but I trust you guys. It's going to email me a code. I don't think that code is going to do anything for anybody else. Okay, so we're going to create a pin because we don't have any choice. Okay. Retried. Maybe I didn't enter it properly the second time. Must have mistyped it. Okay, so I'm not going to do activity history. O for activity history. I'm also going to not pair a phone. Do this later. Never going to do it. And I only want to save files to this PC. I want to decline Cortana. And all these privacy settings, I choose no. Again, I have no idea if any of these are pertinent to the behavior I see with iRacing, but I set all those to no, and we move on. I look forward to turning Cortana off, if I like. Okay, so we have now installed Windows. It says it wants a restart, so we'll do that first. Okay, so it's looks like from OBS we're 14 minutes and 55 seconds into this video. That's how long it's taken us to install Windows. The next thing I'm going to do is do the Windows updates. It does say it has some. I tend to like to run the task manager to see what the computer is actually doing. I didn't see that the HDCP had gotten lost. I think that's when it actually did the NVIDIA driver. Okay, so now we'll restart. Like we're just 20 minutes into the video. So in 20 minutes, we've installed Windows from scratch and run through first batch of updates. When we reboot it this time, I think there might be a couple Windows Defender antivirus definition updates, but I think this was the biggest chunk. So it says it's up to date. Check just to be sure. Okay, like I said, it did want Windows Defender antivirus stuff. But I don't think this will require a reboot. Check. last time. Okay, so it says we are now up to date. And verify with WinVer. We are running version 1903, OS build 18362.175, which appears to be the current version. And this has taken us 22 minutes to install Windows from scratch and get it to the point where we could move on to installing iRacing. We'll do that in the next video. Okay, thanks a lot.